Henry Cavill is rumored to be joining the Marvel Cinematic Universe as a brand new character following his exciting cameo as the Cavalry in Deadpool 3 alongside Wolverine. Before we get started, if you're new to the channel and enjoying the content, make sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon so you never miss an update. This isn't just a fleeting moment. Cavill's new role promises to be a permanent addition to the MCU, and fans are buzzing with anticipation. Ryan Reynolds has already teased some behind-the-scenes fun with Cavill, fueling excitement about what's next. With Cavill's involvement in a live-action Voltron movie and his much-anticipated Warhammer series, it seems we're in for a treat. Fans have been fan-casting Cavill in Marvel roles for years, and it looks like Marvel is finally paying attention. Rumor has it that Marvel is treating Cavill far better than DC ever did, which became a hot topic during the filming of Deadpool. While the Cavalry was a one-time cameo, Cavill's upcoming role is expected to be much more significant. With the massive success of Deadpool 3 and Wolverine, Reynolds and Hugh Jackman plan to continue their on-screen collaboration, and Cavill is likely to play a key part in future projects. There are plenty of rumors swirling about which Marvel role Cavill will take on. Some speculate he might play Captain Britain, while others think Hyperion, Mr. Sinister, or even the Beyonder could be on the table. Cavill has previously expressed interest in portraying Captain Britain, and with Marvel focusing heavily on multiverse and cosmic storylines, his inclusion would fit perfectly. As the multiverse continues to expand within the MCU, characters like Black Knight and the Eternals have set the stage for more cosmic heroes. A multiverse version of Captain Britain wielding powerful artifacts like Excalibur would be a fitting addition to the MCU's evolving narrative. Big news is making waves across the entertainment world. Henry Cavill is officially stepping into a new chapter with Marvel following his brief but exciting cameo in Deadpool 3. In that film, Cavill portrayed the Cavalry, but it's been revealed that this appearance was just a humorous, one-time moment. Now, Cavill is gearing up for a more substantial role in the MCU, indicating that his involvement will stretch far beyond a quick, funny scene. According to recent reports, this new character will be a lasting addition to Marvel's expansive roster. Ryan Reynolds has even mentioned how much fun it was to work with Cavill on set during the filming of Deadpool, sparking excitement for what's to come in their future collaborations. Aside from his Marvel endeavors, Cavill has been incredibly busy. He recently announced his role in a live-action adaptation of Voltron and his deep involvement in the Warhammer series, both of which have excited fans worldwide. With multiple high-profile projects lined up, it's clear that Cavill's presence in Hollywood will only grow in the coming years. For years, fans have dreamt of seeing Cavill in various Marvel roles, and it seems like Marvel has finally heard their voices. Marvel appears to be giving Cavill the star treatment he didn't quite receive at DC, especially in light of his controversial exit as Superman. In Deadpool, there was even a clever nod to this dynamic. Cavill's cameo was more than just a gag, it subtly hinted at Marvel's future plans for the actor. As Reynolds' character joked about treating Cavill better than those guys down the street, it became clear that DC's loss was indeed Marvel's gain. While Cavill won't be returning as the Cavalry, his upcoming Marvel role will be something entirely new and, from what we can gather, much more significant. Following the immense success of Deadpool 3, speculation about Cavill's role in the MCU has intensified. Ryan Reynolds recently joked on social media that they'd continue making these movies well into their old age in true Deadpool fashion. With Hugh Jackman reprising his iconic Wolverine role, it looks like we'll continue to see our favorite mutants on screen for a long time. As for Henry Cavill, his journey with Marvel is just beginning, and fans are eagerly awaiting the official announcement of his new character. Cavill was a standout on the Deadpool 3 set, going above and beyond to bring authenticity to his character. Even though Cavill is not a fan of smoking in real life, he went so far as to smoke a cigar all day during filming to stay true to the comic book portrayal. This dedication showcases his professionalism, even if it made him ill after multiple takes. Cavill truly embodied what fans are calling a Giga Chad Wolverine during his brief appearance, and the meta-humor of his scene worked perfectly. The reason this cameo resonated so well with fans is not just that Cavill was hilarious, but because it foreshadows a larger role he's taking on within the Marvel Universe. Marvel Studios is preparing to treat Cavill far better than DC ever did, and it seems like all they really need to do to keep him happy is avoid the same mistakes DC made. As for the future, Cavill is set to return to Marvel in a permanent capacity, though the exact character remains a mystery. Fans have been buzzing with speculation, casting him in roles like Captain Britain, Hyperion, Mr. Sinister, the Beyonder, and even Cyclops in the upcoming X-Men reboot. Interestingly, Cavill had previously expressed his desire to play Captain Britain in the MCU long before he learned about his Superman recast in the DC movies. There's a certain irony in the idea that he may now end up playing Captain Britain, a role he said would be a blast to bring to life in a modernized way, much like how they refreshed Steve Rogers' Captain America. Cavill has always expressed pride in his British heritage, which adds an extra layer of enthusiasm to the idea of him donning the Captain Britain mantle. At the time of his earlier interviews about Captain Britain, it seemed like Cavill was simply expressing a general openness to taking on any Marvel role. Fast forward a few years and the situation with DC took a dramatic turn. James Gunn took over at Warner Bros., reshaping the DC universe and deciding to completely reboot the core Justice League cast, including Cavill's Superman. This reboot left Cavill free to pursue new opportunities, including his potential role as Captain Britain. Set in a modern-day, action-packed context, fans can imagine him bringing the same intensity and skill seen in films like The Man from U.N.C.L.E. and Mission Impossible to a fresh Marvel character, one that could involve thrilling, high-octane action sequences where Cavill wields a sword, similar to his portrayal of Geralt in The Witcher. Speaking of The Witcher, it's no coincidence that Cavill's exit from the Netflix series aligns with these new opportunities. While fans were disappointed to see him leave the role of Geralt, he's essentially trading the fantasy world of The Witcher for the vast universe of Warhammer, where he will star in his own series and films. Considering his passion for the Warhammer franchise, this move could easily be seen as a significant upgrade. Despite the changes, things are looking up for Cavill, and when he talks about modernizing the Captain Britain character, it seems like an exciting new chapter is about to begin. The original Captain Britain, Brian Braddock, made his debut in the 1970s, and many of his early adventures were steeped in the pop culture of that era. A nod to Captain Britain was even subtly included in Avengers Endgame. During the time heist sequence set in the 1970s, there's a brief yet emotional moment where Captain America stumbles upon Peggy Carter's office. Trying to stay hidden, he overhears Peggy mention Agent Braddock, which fans immediately recognize as a reference to Brian Braddock, aka Captain Britain. This Easter egg hinted at Braddock's existence in the MCU as early as the 1970s. While this was a cool homage, Marvel explored a different version of Captain Britain in their animated What If series. In that series, we got a multiverse version of Peggy Carter as Captain Carter wearing a costume that looked like Captain Britain's. However, her character was more akin to Captain America with the look of Captain Britain but lacking his unique backstory. Many fans saw this as a missed opportunity to dive deeper into Captain Britain's rich lore, especially given his ties to British mythology and magic. Captain Britain's origins share some similarities with another Marvel character, Dane Whitman, aka the Black Knight. Both characters' stories are deeply intertwined with British legends, particularly King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table. Captain Britain's story involves magic, time travel, and encounters with figures like Merlin. In Eternals, this Arthurian connection was briefly referenced. When the Eternals return to their ship, the Domo, Makari shows off treasures she's collected over the centuries. Among them is a sword that Thena starts playing with, recalling the time they lived in Camelot alongside King Arthur, Lancelot, and Merlin. During this scene, Sprite jokingly asks if the sword is the Ebony Blade, which is directly tied to the Black Knight, as it was forged by Merlin. However, Thena corrects her, revealing that it's Excalibur, the legendary sword given to Arthur by the Lady of the Lake. This moment establishes that in the MCU, King Arthur and his legendary sword Excalibur were real, adding a rich backdrop for the potential introduction of Captain Britain. Given that Captain Britain's power derives from a magical amulet linked to the legendary King Arthur and the Lady of the Lake, his character would seamlessly fit into the Marvel multiverse. With the recent rise of cosmic and multiverse narratives in the MCU, Cavill's portrayal could weave through these iconic tales, creating endless possibilities for storytelling. The prospect of Henry Cavill joining the MCU as Captain Britain or another powerful character is incredibly exciting. His charisma, talent, and dedication to the craft suggests he will bring something extraordinary to the role. Fans are eagerly awaiting the official announcement, and it seems that the wait won't be long. With Marvel's penchant for keeping audiences on their toes, we can expect a grand reveal that will leave everyone buzzing with anticipation. As we wrap up this exciting discussion about Henry Cavill's rumored entry into the Marvel Cinematic Universe, we can't help but wonder what lies ahead. Will he truly take on the mantle of Captain Britain, or could he surprise us with a different character altogether? The possibilities are endless and the anticipation is palpable. What are your thoughts on Cavill's potential role in the MCU? Do you think he'll bring a fresh dynamic to the franchise? Share your opinions in the comments below, and let's get the conversation going. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to subscribe to Movie Saga for more updates on the latest entertainment news and insights, and remember to hit that bell icon so you never miss an exciting announcement. Until next time, stay tuned for more epic discussions.